Well, it's another day at the Illinois Statehouse, and the committees are a-buzzing. Good morning, Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop on 92.7 WMAY. Springfield's News and Talk. Outside of hosting the morning show, I cover Illinois state government and help manage a couple of reporters. And yesterday was a pretty busy day on top of not just the morning show and capping off my day at a murder mystery rehearsal, which, by the way, another plug. I think we're almost getting to capacity. So if you want to snag your tickets to that murder mystery at the Chatham Area Public Library, just south of Springfield, great public library, and the Friends of the Library every year have been putting on this murder mystery. It's great fun. So if you want to see me on stage perform, I don't really get into community theater too much, but this is for a great cause, so looking forward to helping out again Friday and Saturday, 7 o'clock. Just find out more at chathamlib.org. So outside of, the morning show and doing that in the evening, in between, I was listening to about 5 or 6 different committees in both chambers of the Illinois legislature, trying to make sense of what's going where, and there's so much that happens in this particular time span right before you have committee deadlines where the House has to pass all of their House bills out of committee by Friday. The Senate has to pass all Senate bills out of Senate committee by the end of the day, Friday. That's this Friday. So they have schedule packed of all kinds of committees. At one time, I think there were 6 different committees going on in the House, ranging from adoption and child welfare to agriculture, talking about a variety of different things there, to transportation, to insurance, to a whole host of other conversations being had. But you've also got the issues that were brought up in Senate committees, and they tackled issues dealing with health, also issues dealing with a range of things in the Senate Judiciary Committee. That committee, I'm looking here, and just at least what I was able to cover before I had to cut my day off, it was a good hour plus, if not more. No, actually, I'm going to say more. Yep. It was a good 2.5 hours before I had to just cut that recorder off and get on with my day. So again, I get paid to do this. I can't imagine the public that wants to try to keep track of these things, if indeed they're able to really do that. But one thing that did catch my ear was in the Senate Judiciary Committee, and it deals with the issue of, well, I'll just let one of the sponsors in the Senate Judiciary Committee spell out what her bill does.
I'm here to present Senate Bill 1392. It provides an individual depicted in a digital forgery a cause of action when audio or visual material has been created, material manipulated, altered, or annotated to appear to be a realistic record of an act, speech, conduct, absence, or appearance of that individual.
So it sounds almost like, it's trying to address what we know as deep fakes. And if you're not familiar with what a deep fake is, it's where you have somebody with a certain computer technology that can mask a face. Say they want to take my face and then mask it onto somebody else's face. They can do that with computers and then match up the lips and the eyes and make look like I'm saying a lot of different things that I probably would never say. So you've got that possibly bringing up, but some at the State House were raising concerns about some First Amendment issues. I'm just going to click through here and see if we can hear a little bit of some of the debate.
Also allow a cause of action for a candidate to sue a political party or a PAC action group to under this act because they depict them as President Harmon depicted their strings of a puppet, something like that.
So in terms of harassing, causing emotional, reputational harm, there is nothing here that would stop a candidate from bringing a cause of action saying, yes, this PAC is trying to cause me emotional harm and ruin my reputation, but only for a digital forgery that is materially manipulated to appear to be realistic. And at the point where you're showing a senator with strings controlled like a puppet, that's not realistic. So I think that is where the candidate cannot bring the cause of action.
So kind of fascinating to hear some of the debate about this type of legislation. You know, is this something that's just to address something like deep fakes, where it's passed along as something that's real but really is not real? Or could this all of a sudden tumble into and possibly be abused if somebody's upset about a parody account, or somebody's upset by a meme, for instance, or even those political flyers everybody gets every election that depicts, opponent A as a marionette puppet with strings coming out of their back. So it'll be interesting to see just how much this advances. Again, this is just one of, I don't even know how many dozens of bills actually advanced out of committee. But one thing is for sure, when they do advance things out of committee at this time of the year, sometimes they do it with the promise of, we'll bring back an amendment. We understand there's some problems with the language. We'll bring back an amendment. So that's obviously was said a whole bunch yesterday in both chambers. But it's that time of year where they've got deadlines. They're trying to get all things through. They'll be in session until mid-May. And, of course, when things get on the floor of the House and the Senate, that's really where you're going to see some final action and things really surface to the top. And we'll do what we can to keep you covered on all of that here with Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop on 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's News and Talk.